Hi, this is Rebecca Lane, your public speaking instructor, and I wanted to give you a little bit of a talk through on your industry presentation before you got started. Okay, so first, this is going to be a video of you presenting. So make sure that we see your face the entire time in this submission. All right, next, this is 3 to 5 minutes. As you guys may have found out already, I stop grading 30 seconds after the time maximum. So you really don't want this speech to last more than 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 30 seconds at your very, very most. Notice that you are expected to have 5 to 10 slides. However, you will not ever break away from your face. We'll talk a little bit more about how to insert your slides in this presentation as we continue through this video. But this is a video of you presenting, one unbroken take of you talking to us. All right, so this assignment is going to be a little bit more. It's worth a little bit more weight than some of your other assignments have been. This is 15% of your grade in this class. And really make sure that you are applying the readings this week. So if you take a look at FSO, you will see that you are supposed to read chapters 9, 10, 11, and 15. Okay, so chapter 9 is about organizing your speech, all about how to organize that information in a way that makes sense. Chapter 10 is all about introductions and conclusions. So what am I specifically looking for in that introduction? What needs to happen? What am I specifically looking for in a conclusion? What needs to happen? You'll find that in Chapter 10. And Chapter 11 talks specifically about how to outline your speech, and it gives you some specific examples. So when you are doing your Google Hangouts meeting, you should be working from a working outline. You'll find that definition in Chapter 11. And when you were giving your speech, you should be working from a speaking outline. Those are two different types of outlines, and you need to get both of those done before you give your presentation on Saturday. All right? So make sure that you do that. And Chapter 15 talks specifically about how to give an informative speech. So what is different? It'll talk about what the difference is between a persuasive speech and an informative speech, and you'll make sure that you are meeting those guidelines. All right, so this assignment, your topic is specifically you want to teach us something that you know about in your industry. Ideally, it's something that you already know about, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to do an incredible amount of new research. However, you are going to want to back up your claims with research that you have done, all right? So it's not enough that you just tell me what you know. You actually do have to go, maybe look at your textbooks, maybe go on EBSCOhost, you can look at LexisNexis, look at some industry magazines, stuff like that. Find something to back up what you are saying, just so that we know that other people do things the way that you were talking about, okay? So one of the best ways to really solidify information in your brain is to teach other people. And the truth is that once you become more of a professional in your industry, you will end up teaching people something. Maybe you'll be teaching a client what you're going to do to their work. Maybe you'll be teaching somebody who's working under you how you want them to complete a task. Any of these things might happen. So that's how this applies to real life. So ideally, you have practiced this with one of your Google Hangouts team members before you do this. And you'll want to make sure that you create 5 to 10 slides. Make sure that you cover the information. Make sure that you are applying the lessons from week 2 to the assignment that you complete right here. Okay, so make sure that you are really carrying on that application from week 2 to week 3. Okay. Something I need to talk about here, this Bedford Speech Outliner. This is actually a technology that we have stopped using for the month of December 2013. And I didn't realize that I hadn't edited this out. So those of you who are in my December class, please take a look at Chapter 11 for exactly what I'm looking for in a speech outline. You'll have to use your Word document program to complete your outline, which is not much different from what we have done in the past. You just don't have these specific prompts walking you through it. So what you'll need to do instead is walk very carefully through the directions in the textbook. So take a look at the example outlines that they have. You'll see it's walking you through an outline, and that will include an introduction. That will include connecting with your audience, the what's in it for them. It's going to include your attention getter, your open with impact. It's going to include your thesis statement, your preview statement, main points. You should have between 2 and 5 main points. It's going to include a conclusion and transitions between main points, transitions from the body of your speech to the conclusion of your speech, stuff like that. So that's what would happen in your speech outliner. If you have questions about the outline, give me a call. I will be available tomorrow. Tomorrow is December 10th, during the day before 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So just give me a call. Now, what you will be doing, go ahead and practice your speech content. That is step 1. And make sure that you incorporate the feedback you get from your Google Hangouts team. All right, so step 2. You are going to record a seamless 3 to 5 minute video of you presenting your outline. You want it to be one take. What that means is that you are not editing in other parts. You're not editing in different takes of you speaking. It has to be one take. And there is an opportunity for extra credit in this speech. For 5 extra points, you can record this in front of a live audience. The way that you will prove this is in the same take. You're going to turn your computer around, show the people who are watching you, and pan back in one unbroken edit, okay? So once you have recorded your 3 to 5 minute video of you presenting, you're going to go ahead and use Keynote or PowerPoint to create 5 to 10 slides. So you want to make sure that these slides are reinforcing the words that you're saying. You want them to reinforce your main points. And you want to make sure that each slide includes both a picture and text. Remember, we're looking for limited text. Remember, we're looking for image primacy. And also, remember to follow those rules that were represented in week 2. You will want to insert these slides into your video. But the way you are going to do this is you're going to do a frame-in-frame. You're going to do a frame-in-frame option. All right, so we should see a picture of your face, and up over your shoulder, we will see your slides playing at the same time that you are speaking. So we never ever break away from your face. Don't forget to include a references slide. That's incredibly important. And don't forget to cite your images on both the references slide and also in every slide that you are using them. We are not using multimedia clips for this presentation. Okay, so if you are not comfortable combining both video and slides into one seamless project, you are welcome to complete this. Complete one video take, and then in a separate video you can complete your 5 to 10 slides. Make sure that you time your slides. You will lose points if the video of your slides is a different amount of time than the video of you speaking. So make sure that you are aware of that. Finally, you want to make sure that you are using that RISE model of feedback. And so if you haven't looked at it, it looks like this. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you reflect, you relate, you concur, you disagree with this, or I liked what you were doing because of this. Go ahead and ask people a question. Ask your classmates a question. Offer opportunities for how they can get better, tweak, resources, stuff like that. Offer opportunities to make it even better. And that's what we are looking for in that. And finally, you want to upload your work to the appropriate platform. For this, I recommend YouTube, but you can also use Viddler, you can also use Vimeo. However, if you set your video to private, I will not be able to watch it and you will not get credit for your work. So please make sure that you set your video to the appropriate privacy setting. Finally, make sure that you take a look at this rubric. This rubric is exactly what I am grading you on. So make sure that you are paying really close attention to it. Notice that content is 25%, delivery is 25%, your slideshow is 25%, your response post is 25%. So if you do not do a response post, you automatically lose 25 points off the top of your grade, which means the highest you could get without including this is a 75%, and that's just a bummer, guys. So make sure that you read those directions, follow through on all of those. If you have questions, let me know. One final point that I want to make is one of the things that makes a really good speech is alternating fact and story and fact and story. So what I want to hear you do is make a claim and then support it with an example, support it with a story. Tell me how that claim plays out in real life. So when we're thinking about real life, one of the things that we can include are specific examples. Has somebody that you know used this technology before? Has somebody that you've read about used that technology before? Have they reviewed it? Have they evaluated it? Did they have success? Did they have failure? What happened? What's that story? All right? Um, if you have personal experience, go ahead and include your personal experience. That's part of establishing your credibility anyway, right? So go ahead and talk about your personal experience with a topic. And if you have any questions, let me know. Give me a call. I will not be available today after 6:30 p.m., but I will be available during the day during this week. So between 8 a.m. and 5:30 p.m., I am available. So I look forward to watching these speeches. Please make sure you include your feedback from your past 2 presentations. I'll be getting that to you very soon. And I love these speeches. I love learning about your industries. So find some joy in these. Really, work to talk about something that you really like to talk about. It's going to make your speech better, and it's going to make it a lot more interesting, and it's going to be less work for you in the long run. And it'll reinforce, help you organize some of your thoughts so that you can hopefully get a good promotion in the future. You can teach somebody how to do something you like to do. All right, like I said, call me if you have questions. I'm really excited to see what you put together. Thanks a lot. Bye.